From the Journal of General Gruntpa, in camp, Purgatory, Maine, 7 October, 1861. Our first major test has been taken and passed. My army has proven it can fight. We're engaged by both the Army of New England and the Army of New Hampshire at Augusta, Maine. Through heavy skirmishing, we were able to tire and delay a federal attack, leave them trapped in an open field. General Salem was able to use his artillery to good effect. I was able to launch a counterattack late in the day, and I feel that we almost broke the enemy. But I had to call off the attack as night fell. I endeavored to renew my assault at dawn, believing that the Federals would not have the stomach for any more fighting. It appears that General O. Howard felt the same about us. Our infantry lines clashed in the open fields. Fighting was high, my right flank collapsing under the renewed Federal impetus with my central holding, which allowed my left to swing in and hit the attack in the flank, finally seeing the Federals off. General O'Neill was wounded in the fighting, and the overall casualties were lighter than I expected after hearing of the bloodletting in Nashville. We will continue to remain in place at Purgatory to bury the dead and tend the wounded.
October 7th, 1861. On the 5th instant, by orders of General Gruntpa, my cavalry division remained posted along the outskirts of Augusta, guarding the rear of the Army of Maine, whilst the main body was heavily engaged with the enemy farther afield. The fight commenced late in the afternoon and raged until nightfall, the roar of cannon and crack of musketry carrying plain across the countryside. Save for a brief brush with enemy scouts near sundown, our own line remained mostly quiet. The night, however, brought grave misfortune. Sometime between the 5th and 6th, near 200 men deserted the division under cover of darkness. Such cowardice has sorely weakened our numbers and cast a heavy gloom upon the spirits of those who remain faithful to their duty. On the morning of the 6th, I received orders to hold Augusta at all hazards. Near 7 a.m., a Federal infantry division, supported by artillery, advanced upon our works. Though styled cavalry, my command fought wholly dismounted. The enemy was armed with modern rifled muskets, whilst my poor fellows carried mostly old smoothbore pieces, shotguns, and in some cases pistols alone. To remain idle behind our defenses under such fire would have invited certain ruin. I therefore ordered an advance upon the enemy line. The men conducted themselves with gallantry worthy of the South, pressing forward despite inferior arms and a murderous fire. Our losses, though painful, were not so severe as might have been expected under the circumstances. General Simpson's brigade, however, suffered grievously in the engagement. Not in numbers, but its morale gave way shortly before the enemy retired, and the brigade fell back from the field in considerable disorder. Nonetheless, Augusta remains firmly in our hands. I have made plain to General Gruntpa that unless this division is furnished with proper modern arms, it cannot hope to endure a campaign in its present condition. Should matters continue thus, there may remain by springtime, God willing and at the very best, but a single brigade fit for service.
From the diary, Colonel Albert G. Blanchard, dated 1 October, 1861. The muddy road north has cast a somber mood over us all. I have been appointed command to march north alongside the Styrian Panthers on a swiftly rising Colonel Stewart in the Alabama State Artillery under my fellow old-timer, Captain Ledbetter. Word of the disaster in Nashville reached us at Trade Dock only days ago. We were assembled at once as reinforcements. Before long, we shall be called upon to retake the city. Such a vital rail hub cannot be left in Union hands. I've had barely a month trained the men in the pickers. Now we make do with what little preparation the evening hours on the road can offer. The men take some comfort in a large cavalry contingent screening our march, though I fear it does little to settle the unease in our hearts. We were certain to meet familiar faces at the end of this march, faces I have not seen since the Battle of Monterey. Yet the crippled souls moving south past our column already tells a grim tale. It may well be that the Battle of Nashville make the hearts of my youth pale by comparison. Even now, I know the men marching north with me today will not be the same men who returned south. Many will not return at all. I pray that at least a few of us make it home whole. May God guide General Zollicoffer's hand and lead to victory in the coming days. Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, Civil War, Gruntpa Game is episode 7 of our Rebel Spring 61 campaign. So, last episode, we had ourselves a major engagement up in Maine, which went a lot better than I ever expected it to. Day 2 ended up being bloodier than I expected it to be, but overall, we really trounced the hell out of the Army of New England and the Army of New Hampshire. Readiness of the Army of Maine is still deficient. We're not going to be moving anytime soon. As you can see, the snows have melted. That did drop on us, but it is October, so we're going to be seeing more coming soon. I'm kind of getting back a little bit of hope of being able to get into Portland before the snows come. But it's going to take 66 days for full readiness. So we need at least 33 days to get into a movable state, so I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to make it into Portland. I would have liked to have been in there before the winter sets in, but I think we're kind of stuck in place for now. Plus, there's another federal army in the area. We got the 37th Army, last sighted on September 22nd. It's a smaller force than the two that we fought, but it is still in the area. So information on them is about a week old. Down in Virginia, we have retaken the Shenandoah. We are emptying out the armory at Harper's Ferry, the one the Federals built at Newmarket. And the Confederate States Army is now on its way down to Lynchburg. And hopefully we're going to have our final engagement with the Army of Northeastern Virginia and finally get them kicked out of the western area of Virginia. Hopefully. We'll see if that happens or not. Around Richmond, it's been quiet. We do have more troops moving into the Army of Virginia. We're just going to continue to hold Richmond. We do know there are one or two federal armies that are around the Fredericksburg area. Just don't have them sighted right now, even though we do have scouting turned on. We should be able to see them. But we may make a strike up towards Fredericksburg if I see additional federal forces coalescing up here in Maine. Just to draw the AI back down in this direction. This way we can try and keep the main operation running as smoothly as possible. 2 episodes ago, we did have the massive battle in Nashville, which was a very, very bloody affair. The Army of Tennessee has retreated into Chattanooga. It's down to 16,000 men right now, but we are plussing up to 21,000. Sadly, even though we did grab a lot of weapons in the last battle up in Maine, we didn't grab enough of any type of one type of weapon. We got a mixture of several different types of weapons, which didn't even add up to enough to issue out to even one more brigade. Sadly, but it happens. Out in the Indian Territory, out in the west, the Western Army has taken Fort Towson, which has freed up Dokesville in the Indian Territory. It is now returning up to Fort Smith to rest and refit. I want them fully back in the green. We have a little more time out here in the western areas before the snows set in, but I'm not sure if we have enough time. I want to try and get down and strike at Fort Washita to open up Atoka and Tishomingo. Is that Tishomingo? Tishomingo. I should have known that. So, freeing up this town down here at Dokesville did actually add some more Indian troops that are available for us to recruit, but not enough for anything other than artillery. So we don't even have enough for a small cavalry brigade yet. So I really do want to strike out and hit these other federal forts. This way we get them under control. I do have 2 unit requests for Indian troops in the wings right now. So unless we could free up some more of these villages, I don't know if we're going to be able to get them or not. All right, I think it covers everything. Last episode, outside the Battle of Maine, there really was not much happening. But we do have one more unit to add. Let's see if we got troops for it. Another infantry brigade. And North Carolina, looks like we got enough here. And we want British red and light gray. It's going to be from Mr. Oates. I guess that's the best uniform. Why can I not recruit? Oh, I'm looking at casualty numbers. How many men are available? Ooh, okay. Maryland's got men. I don't want to raise anybody out of Maryland. Wow, I don't have. I don't want to raise men out of Maryland because the state support's only 36. I do want to raise a Maryland brigade to work as engineers for the Army of Maine for story purposes, so I'm going to need them for that. All right, looks like it's going to have to wait until the month rolls over and we get more volunteers in. So hopefully... So I said I was going to get them in this episode. Looks like we have to wait until November and see if we have more volunteers available in any of the states. So we do get a plus up every month. We just got to see if anybody's going to be available. All right, I think that covers everything for right now. So I'll be back with the next major incident. All right, it's now October 15th, and we do have our next engagement here. And we have, even though they're showing up as an unknown unit, this is the army that we've been chasing down in West Virginia. It took me a while to finally find them. My last intelligence reports had them down around Danville. So once we got to Lynchburg, I actually ended up marching to Danville. They weren't there, so I took the rail back up to Burkeville and railed out here to Salem. So they are here. It's the Army of Northeastern Virginia. They're bringing 6,665 infantry, 273 cavalry, and 12 guns under command of Rasmus Keyes, going up against our Confederate States Army, 9,316 infantry, 3,331 cavalry, and 18 guns under command of Thomas Sr. So let's get in here and finally kick them out of the western part of Virginia. There's going to be no state of Kanawha formed on my watch. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Salem. So we are on the offensive. We are coming in from the northern end of the map here. We have a very small deployment area. The Federals are defending Warren's Corner and Old Market Turn down here. We are on the Swampy Creek map, or the Centerville map. Really not sure how I'm going to go about this one. The Federals can be defending here. They can be defending here. I don't like crossing the river on this map. We do have a crossing point right here that's a really bad ford here that we got to get through swampland to get to. Same over here at Roberts Ford. There is a stone bridge right down here, literally labeled Stone Bridge, which is the better area to cross, but it's an uphill fight. Very steeply uphill. It's actually a great place for artillery here. It's almost a Malvern Hill type of slope. So I'm expecting to actually have to come down through here and attack them here. I don't want to attack this offense line. I really do not. We do not have a lot of troops in this army. I want to preserve as many of them as possible, which is the biggest issue. So we do have the 2 brigades of cavalry. So I'm going to send one across the river right here at Jones Ford and see if we can't get a sighting on the Federals over here. And I'm going to send one down to Stone Bridge. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, so this battle's starting very early in the day. So we got plenty of time to scout for the Federals. I'm hoping to be able to cross at Stone Bridge. It'd be a lot faster for my troops to march down the main road and cross at Stone Bridge than try to get through these swamps and up the fords and up these, through the trees and up the roads. To grandmother's house we go. So I really do want to get down to the Stone Bridge and use that as my crossing. All right, it's now a little after 5 a.m. and we do have the Federal side, and they are defending at the crossroads here. I really thought they'd be back here at Warren's Corner, but they're over here at the Market Roads. So Colquitt's Fort Oglethorpe scouts did spot them. We only see about half the force right now. There are some more. We can tell by the skirmishers right here that there's other brigades here, and they're a small force. It's about a little smaller than us, so there are definitely additional units in the woods over here. So I am actually going with the Stone Bridge option. The 1st CS Cavalry doesn't have anybody sighted here on the hill, so I've ordered the infantry down towards the Stone Bridge, and we're going to move immediately into Stone's Corner, or Warren's Corner, and set up in the wood line here facing the Federals. And I'm hoping, actually, I should really start ordering them back around, is to pincer them with the cavalry. So let's order you back around, actually. Take a while for those orders to get out, and I'm going to travel down along that railroad cut. They shouldn't get slowed down too much doing that. I have no idea what's going on with this line of march right here. These guys have been marching off the side of the road. I have no idea why, but I got to get the rest of the infantry moving. And the guns in place, too. So you guys there. Have you moving? Nope, 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 nope. Not that. You guys moving in the woods over here. These two brigades do have my best weapons in the force right now. So it's 5 a.m. now. Still going to take us a good chunk of the day to get this set up. I'm hoping to pincer these guys between the infantry and the cavalry and make a quick fight out of this. Fight will probably be shorter than the entire setup for it. All right, it's now 8 o'clock in the morning. We are still moving into position, but the Federals are reacting to us. Did just lose sight of them because I had my cavalry pull in their vedettes as we were having the cavalry close in. The Federals are changing position to come meet us over here at Warren's Crossroad. Problem is we are coming in a little chunked up at the bridge, and the line of march got a little messed up by a slow-moving brigade. Looking at you, Marines. And the artillery, which was initially keeping up with the march, has really slowed down. They were initially keeping up with the march. Now they're like way behind. So I'm moving the cavalry forward in the hopes of pinning the Federals in place. Let's get you guys moving at the double. Oh, don't tell me there's a line of march issue here. Are you kidding me? Of all the damn times. Pull your heads out. Now, this first CS Cavalry does have some Springfield Musketeers. About the only cavalry regiment brigade that does have anything decent. Oh, these guys are moving fast. They're already getting into the woods where I want to be. Yep, there's the dust trails. Damn, they moved through those woods pretty quickly. This is not good. They're completely ignoring my cavalry. Get after the artillery. Let's get them locked in. Line of march is so messed up. Nobody's near their division commanders. This is great. Everything was going off perfectly. Or was. The hell you guys doing? That cavalry's got some long-range firepower. I'm not too long-range. I thought they were a little further out than they are. It looks like we might be able to catch their artillery out. Shooting at the wrong unit. Take it down with canister fire if we're not careful. Things were going so smoothly until this kicked off. What the hell are you guys getting cover from? It's one tree. Boys, just keep pushing them. have got their pincer off, but nowhere near what I want. Yeah, they finally broke. Beating. Getting position, Marines have been slow stepping at this entire fight. Yep, there they go. Get mounted up, boys. Get him. What the hell's going on? What the hell? What's going on? Why are they glitching like that? Just first CS it's glitched like that. Hell with this. Marines late to the fight. Second battle in a row. Now, can we get it up to the major? We might. I don't know if we're going to have enough time for it. Especially with Yule's men refusing to charge. Nah, we gotta get them to 24. We're not gonna hit that, especially with this going on. No idea what the hell's going on here. They're just stuck. Yeah, if we can force this brigade to surrender like we did the cavalry up in Maine, we'll get it. What the hell happened to this brigade? I'm at 20%. We're not going to get that 24, I don't think. Oh shit, that says we got 42 minutes to pursue. We have 1 hour on pursuit? Really? Yeah, we're not going to take that. We're going to try and get this... Chase down this one brigade. Maybe get this Yule's brigade running again. Can we get moving? Hey, they're moving. Go get the Jersey militia. Beale, I was actually supposed to change the commander already, but Beale, you're definitely getting replaced. I was actually supposed to put an avatar in command to him already. I totally forgot to. That's on me. cavalry did most of the... Outside of the 3rd CS, taking a lot more casualties than I expected. Cavalry did most of the fighting on this one. There's no way in hell they're staying that far ahead of you boys. Let's go. There's the major victory. Let's see... We can get the Jersey Militia to finally disintegrate or surrender. Teach them for wearing our gray. I think that's it for the pursuit. Actually, get you boys in on it too. Let's go. Want to sandwich this last brigade. There we go. Look at them drop. We might see a disintegration. Probably not. And you charged right through them. What the? What the hell happened there? That was just weird. Did enough to them. Yeah, let's just speed this along. Well, we're getting some really long pursuit times on this campaign. It's really odd. Our losses weren't too bad. They're mostly in the 1 regiment, or the 1 brigade. Not too bad. It would have been nice if... It would have been a beautiful thing if we could have kept the Federals locked in place. We really, I think, could have probably just disintegrated this force out of being. But we took down 1,700 or 7,000 infantry, 100 or 300 cavalry, got all 1,500 guns, total loss of 2,000 of their 7,500 men. We lost 430 of our 9,300 infantry, 281 of our 3,300 cavalry, 0 of our guns, total loss of 711 of our 12,909 men. A little better than 2-1 on the casualties. All right, time for the combat reports. 1st Infantry Division, 4th CS Infantry. Did 175 to infantry, 28 to artillery, total 204. 2nd CS did 176 to infantry, 39 artillery, total 215. Losses. 4th CS, 0 killed, 3 wounded. Aggregate strength 1,000, wounding 6. 2nd CS, 2 dead, 8 wounded, 3 missing, total 13. Aggregate strength 1,222, 1% casualties. 2nd Infantry Division, 3rd CS Infantry, 42 dead. Oh, hold on. There we go. Did 220 to infantry, 100 to cavalry, 5 to artillery, total 329. 1st CS Infantry did 130 to infantry, 3 to artillery, total 135. And a CSMC, which was slow stepping this entire battle, did 19 to infantry. I know their losses are way worse than that. Yeah. Not way worse, but worse. 3rd CS Infantry, 42 dead, 240 wounded, 52 missing, total 334. Aggregate strength 1,093, 23% casualties. 1st CS Infantry, 6 dead, 42 wounded, 9 missing, total 57. Aggregate strength 2,565, 2% casualties. CSMC, 1 dead, 16 wounded, 6 missing, total 23. Aggregate strength 2,816, 1% casualties. 1st Cavalry Division. 1st CS Cavalry did 94 to infantry, captured 250, 21 to cavalry, 43 to artillery, for a total of 412. Fort Oglethorpe Scouts did 176 to infantry, captured 403, 33 to artillery, for a total of 624. Losses, 1st CS Cav, 44 dead, 87 wounded, 13 missing, total 144, aggregate strength of 922, 14% casualties. Fort Oglethorpe Scouts, 29 dead, 89 wounded, 19 missing, total 137, aggregate strength 2,127, 6% casualties. And the artillery did not get into the fight at all. Let's see if we got any of their commanders. Oh, we wounded the Corps Commander, Brigadier General Keyes is wounded. Wounded General Sumner, Commander of the 2nd Division. And Lieutenant Colonel Nugent. 3 big names right there that we nailed. So the Army Commander, a Division Commander, and one of their battery commanders. That's actually a nice grab. For as small of a fight as it was, look, the artillery was still way back there. Way back there. I get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Salem. I'm not exactly sure how glorious it was, but we did do a good drubbing to them. Battle of Salem was ended with the Army Northeastern Virginia retreating in panic. The Unions reported suffered total casualties of 1,960 men. There were 147 killed and 956 captured. Our casualties total 711 men, with 124 killed, 102 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 1,267 rifles and 5 guns from the field, sent 934 men off to our prison camps. It looks like poor Colonel McCook took the blame on the loss of this one. And the Union did not do bad at all, but somebody had to get blamed, and they definitely weren't blaming the Army Commander on that one. All right, a little bit of map update here. We do have an issue coming up in Chattanooga, so I'm actually going to end this episode a bit early. It's going to be a shorter episode than normal because we do have another battle coming up here with the Army of Tennessee at Chattanooga. And there's 2 armies coming to face it now, so they're going to be heavily outnumbered. So I'm still uncertain on whether I want to stand up and fight them or not. I noticed this right before the engagement in Salem happened. I had just enough reboard muskets to issue out to the Yell County Rifles and the Whiskey City Grays because they both took a massive amount of casualties at the last battle. So Yell Counties are down to 1,600 men. The Whiskey City's down to 1,200, which meant I had enough of the reboard muskets that I built to issue out to them. We had nothing else to hand out except for that, and it was enough for 200 strength brigades. So this is still a mixed musket army, so I'm unsure if I want to hold or not, but I don't think we can give up Chattanooga without a fight. So I don't know whether this fight's going to be short and bloody or long and bloody. I really don't know. We did plus up its strength a little bit, but that was just the addition of an infantry brigade, a cavalry brigade, and an artillery battery. Not enough to really make a difference if we're bringing in 22,000 men and they have 2,000. Not they're closer. I got better look at their numbers. It's still outnumbered, but it's by almost 10,000 men. So I'm unsure if I'm going to take this fight or not. I'm really unsure. So nothing else has happened on the map, so we're not going to do a map update here. So we're just going to close out the video here. And I am also going to try and keep it to one battle of video, unless it's a really short fight like the last one. But I'm not sure how long this next one's going to be. Might be the entire episode for the next one, depending on the length of the fight. So once again, if you're new, you're returned, you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. You're following along in the series and enjoying it. Don't forget to bayonet that like button, butt stroke that comment section. And if you're watching on mobile, don't forget to swipe right to hype. And I will see you in the next episode. Stay grumpy.